In today's video, I want to talk about the carnivore diet for psoriasis and eczema. So I want to give you guys a little bit of background in terms of my experience with it, but ultimately I just want to give my opinion on what I think of it, how I think it can be used, and how I think a lot of you can use it as a great tool that you can use to reverse the state of your skin health. So the first thing I want to say here is there's really no shortage of anecdotal evidence that the carnivore diet is working for a lot of people. You know, there's a lot of people out there who are claiming that a carnivorous approach has really helped them, not only in reversing things like psoriasis and eczema, but all sorts of autoimmune related health conditions out there. There are tons of people on the internet. You can look it up, you can find them. There's a lot of people having success with this. But what I want to say about that, well, first off, let me just say, if you're unfamiliar with what the carnivore diet is, there's a couple ways to look at it. Number one is kind of the first thing that people think of when they think of it, which would be an all-meat diet, where all you're doing is eating meat. The way that I like to look at it is any food that comes from animals is essentially a carnivore food. So, beef, chicken, fish, eggs, butter, raw milk, honey, anything that comes from an animal, to me, is something that falls into a carnivorous approach. And so let me just say that, as I said in the beginning, this is working for a lot of people. Just because something works well for someone else or works well for you short term does not necessarily mean that it's something that you should stick to for the rest of your life. I think the carnivore diet is an amazing gut health reset tool. But I do also think that most people long term are going to be better off building out their own kind of personalized idea of a balanced approach. Now, some people might do amazing for the rest of their life eating only animal foods and just a carnivorous diet. And some people might do great, sticking really closely to carnivore but throwing some foods in there. But as with any kind of dietary extremism, I think it's a tool. I don't think it's necessarily something that you need to corner yourself into, and this is something that I use in my coaching program. So if you go through my coaching program, most people are going to start out with a carnivorous type of approach. By eliminating fiber from the diet, it really, plant fiber, it really limits the amount of work that your digestive system has to perform, and it limits the amount that it needs to break down and eliminate. So the thing is, when you're experimenting with diet and trying to reverse your skin health, you need to have an intelligent plan that's going to walk you step by step through the system of building your ideal diet. Having a real plan is much better than stabbing away at these trends and just trying to do what's working for other people. If you want to get results and understand what the best diet is for you, you need to go through a process of building your ideal diet from the ground up. And that's where I think the carnivore diet can be an absolutely amazing tool to help you reset your gut and get started off on the right foot. So what I would suggest for a lot of you is start out with a carnivore diet, whether it be a month or a week, 2 weeks, a month, however long you want to do it. Eat a carnivorous diet and see how it goes. That's the thing about figuring out your diet. No matter which way you cut it, it is an experimentation process. And like I said, rather than just stabbing away at these different kind of generalized experiments, conduct your own experiments, start simple, and build from there. So the way that I think you guys should use it is 1 week, 2 week, maybe a month, eat a carnivorous diet, see how it goes, collect some information, ask yourself, how are my health indicators doing? Your energy, sleep, digestion, how you're going to the bathroom, your libido. All of these things are what are going to tell you if you're heading in the right direction with your health. Because early on through the skin health or skin healing process, your skin is not going to tell you the full story. There might be ups and downs. A breakout might be a good thing. It might be detox, die-off symptoms. So we want to pay attention to those health indicators as we're moving through the process. So one thing I do want to say though, if you're someone, most of us are eating fiber every day, for our entire life until we get up to the point where we try a carnivore diet. So keep in mind that your body is going through a pretty major and extreme change. So there's going to be an adaptation process, and in my experience, this shows up in the way you're going to the bathroom, so your poops. For me, I was not going very consistently whatsoever, and this is kind of to be expected, to have less coming out, because when you eliminate fiber, like I said earlier, your body has less to break down and there's less to eliminate. A lot of people have diarrhea issues or loose stools, and in a lot of cases, the longer you stick with it, your body kind of adjusts, it adapts to the new approach, and you pick up from there. So in terms of the health indicators, I wouldn't worry too much about that one early on. Give your body a little bit of time to adapt and adjust to it before you completely throw it out the window. But after your 1 week trial with the carnivore diet, or 2 week or a month, however long you want to do it, collect that information. Ask yourself how you're feeling. If your energy's not quite there, you might need to make a change, and you're going to figure out what that change needs to be. After a month of eating the carnivore diet, if you're going to the bathroom, it's still not ideal. Maybe you're constipated, maybe your stools are a little bit loose. If that's the case, then a change needs to be made, and you need to pick it up from there. So in a nutshell, my outlook on the carnivore diet is, if you have the willpower to do it and really give it a real run, I think it's a great, excellent starting point. Start with the carnivorous approach, focus on those nutrient-dense animal foods, and study results. How do I feel when I'm eating this way? And if it's perfect and ideal, stick with it and keep rolling with it, or maybe introduce a few little things and see how it goes for you. And if you're someone who tried the carnivore diet for a couple of weeks and you feel terrible, it's time to introduce some other things. Ask yourself, which health indicators aren't in the right place, and what can I do to set those in the right track? So, like I said, it's a great starting point. If you want to reverse your skin health, you need to figure out your ideal diet, and it can be really difficult to do that if you have all these moving parts. That's why the carnivore diet is amazing, because you can really simplify things. Simplify the amount of labor that your digestive system has to perform, and just eat just this minimal amount of food. And then from there, you can just kind of one at a time start plugging foods in and seeing how you respond. If you add in a little bit of vegetables or some kind of fruit, are your health indicators better than they were when you were on the carnivore diet? So this is the process that you guys need to walk yourself through if you want to build your ideal diet. All right, so that's all I got for you guys. As always, I want to urge you to go back and look through some of my past content. Over the past several years on Instagram, I've been posting skin health related content several times a week, and I spend a lot of time doing this. I put a lot of information out there, so go back, read up on some of my older posts, watch some of my videos, and if you have questions, reach out in the comments or send me a DM. But like I said, I'm spending a lot of time doing this. I'm really trying to help you guys out, and if you're serious about making this happen, trying to figure out the right diet for you, trying to reverse your skin condition naturally, I think you can get a lot of value out of my posts that I've had over the years. And if you're someone who's interested in joining my coaching program, send me a message on Instagram, leave me a comment on this video, or go to naturalpsoriasishealing.com and check out my 3P coaching program page. And from there, you can watch a little video that I put together describing the program, and you can book a call from there if you'd like to. So that's all I got for you guys. I will see you in the next video.